The exhaustion is real, isn't it? The endless grind, burning the candle at both ends, hacking away at every second of the day, hoping, just hoping it all adds up to something meaningful. The problem is, most of the time, it doesn't. The hustle gets celebrated as the holy grail, the only way forward. Push harder, work longer, prove you're worthy by how busy you are. But that leaves behind something crucial that nobody talks about: clarity. The kind of clarity that isn't about having 1,000 plans or a dozen backup options. Real clarity is like an unshakable beam of light cutting through the fog of noise and distraction. It leads straight to the core of what matters. When clarity replaces hustle, everything changes. The fog lifts, the chaos fades, and what seems impossible before becomes not only possible, it becomes inevitable. Maybe right now, the struggle feels endless. The emails, meetings, deadlines, deals, presentations, all piling up like waves in a storm. The pressure to perform is suffocating, like being trapped in a fast-moving current while trying desperately to keep your head above water. It's draining your energy, your focus, even your very soul. And yet, all anyone seems to care about is how hard you're grinding. But here's the brutal truth. Grinding without direction is like running on a treadmill set to max speed. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. You are stuck in the hustle trap, a prisoner of your own frantic pace. But what if the real power wasn't in moving faster, but in moving smarter? What if letting go of the urge to chase everything, trying to be everywhere, meant gaining a force so strong it could cut through any obstacle? This is the secret few dare to tell you. It's not about hustle. It's about clarity. When clarity replaces hustle, the game flips. Suddenly, every move is purposeful, every effort multiplied by the power of intention. You're no longer just working hard. You're working precise, ruthless, and effective. You become a force of nature because you wield your attention like a weapon. This is not some feel-good advice to relax on a beach and wait for things to magically happen. That's lazy and dangerous. This is about digging deep, breaking down the noise, dropping the busy work, shedding the needless, important tasks that are just distractions wearing a disguise. It's about fierce focus. You start with the brutal question: what is the 20% that actually moves the needle? And then, more important, you burn everything else down. Not literally, but mentally, emotionally. All the distractions, shiny objects, good opportunities that leave you exhausted and empty at the end of the day. They don't deserve a second of your time. When clarity replaces hustle, the world seems to kneel down and hand you the keys. Doors you didn't even know existed swing wide open. Not because you worked harder, but because you stopped wasting energy on everything else. Every founder, investor, leader, every person who feels stuck in this cycle knows this truth somewhere deep down. Moving fast without clarity is the fastest way to nowhere. But moving slow with clarity is the fastest way to build an empire, create a legacy, find freedom, and live with unstoppable confidence. Let's get real. Hustle creates noise, chaos, confusion. It leaves your mind scrambled and your heart depleted. You start to doubt yourself more. To wonder if you are good enough, fast enough, smart enough. You sacrifice health, relationships, your true desires. All for what? Approval? Money? Status? These things are hollow when they come at the cost of your clarity. The hustle world tells you, more, more, more. Clarity whispers, less, better, focused. Here's where it gets revolutionary. It's not just about personal burnout or stress. It's about the entire system around you, the business world, the investment circles, the leadership ecosystems that celebrate the loudest, not the wisest. They reward noise and activity over true impact. Hustle disguises itself as progress, but mostly builds exhaustion and emptiness. Clarity rips through this illusion. It exposes what's real and what's distraction. And this clarity is not passive. It's not sitting back and hoping. It's aggressive, radically selective. It's choosing, always choosing, what to say yes to, and even more critically, what to say no to. Because every yes to the wrong thing is a no to the right thing. You can't serve two masters, hustle and clarity. Only one can win. Imagine a version of yourself who woke up every morning knowing exactly what to do. No second guessing, no confusion, no panic. A version of yourself who builds momentum not from frantic moves but from straight, powerful strides forward. Leaders, founders, investors, this is not just a dream. This is your future when clarity replaces hustle. This clarity also changes how connection happens. When clutter disappears, relationships become sharper and more meaningful. You stop wasting time on draining clients, empty collaborations, shallow networks. Instead, you attract the rare few, those who burn as fiercely as you do, those who don't settle, who are not here to play by the rules, but to rewrite them. These connections fuel your momentum like jet fuel because they see your fire and respond with their own. That's the power of clarity. It brings alignment. It turns misaligned brilliance into unstoppable force. But don't mistake clarity for ease. It's not easy to strip away the noise and face what's left. It's not easy to be selective, to say no when everyone screams yes. Clarity challenges because it demands honesty, the deep kind. You face the part of you that wants to blend in, to take the easy route, to silence that restless voice inside. You confront your fear of missing out, your fear of failure, your fear of not living up to expectations. But on the other side of that fear is a life so radically free, so vibrantly yours, that hustle starts to look like a faint shadow of what's possible. This is where the real rebellion begins. Not in running faster, but in refusing to run blind. In refusing to be a cog in a machine built on hustle and noise. Those who harness clarity are the ones who transcend the system altogether. They break free from scripts, false promises, and mediocre outcomes. They stop being prisoners of false freedom and become sovereign creators of their reality. The secret to unlocking this power lies in ruthless focus on sovereignty, owning your choices, your time, your mind. Question everything. Ask, is this truly serving my vision? Does this move me closer to the future I want? If not, drop it like a stone and watch how much lighter, how much faster you feel. Transformation comes not from adding more, but from cutting away the excess. Become the sculptor who sees the masterpiece inside the marble and chips away the rest with ruthless precision. Clarity is that sculptor. Hustle is just frantic hammering. This shift, from hustle to clarity, rewires not just how work gets done, but how life feels. Pressure gives way to presence, confusion to confidence, exhaustion to energy, stress to strategy. And all the while, the world around you seems to respond, because clarity attracts. It magnetizes people, opportunities, ideas that align perfectly with your mission. You were never designed to be lost in the noise. You were designed to stand out, sharply focused and brilliantly clear. To be one of the few who see through the smoke and mirrors, the false promises and worn-out rules. When clarity replaces hustle, you become unstoppable. Your vision no longer just a wish, it becomes a blueprint. Your energy no longer scattered, it becomes a laser. Your impact no longer random, it becomes exponential. So the choice is clear. Stay lost in the endless hustle treadmill, or step into relentless clarity and remake everything. Your business, your legacy, your life. This is not a gentle nudge. It's a call to stop pretending the grind alone will save you. It won't. Hustle is a trap. Clarity is freedom. The power to shift is already inside, waiting for you to claim it. In this revolution of clarity, you don't find a crowd to follow. You find the rare few to rise with. This is the edge where real progress is born. This is where legends take shape. This is not about fitting in. It's about standing out so sharply that the world can no longer ignore you. Don't settle anymore. Don't chase noise. Stop running from moment to moment, lost and exhausted. Step into the fierce peace of clarity replacing hustle, and watch how the impossible becomes inevitable. Your fire was never meant to burn out crushing in endless work. It was meant to blaze perfectly, powerfully, and forever. Your time is now.